Hi Aries, welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is going to be general love reading from March 18th until April 30th. I am going to have other readings that come out in between now and April 30th, but I want to get this out because I know that my time has not been, I haven't been able to make as many videos, trust me, as I would like to. It's been hectic, but I'm going to go ahead and get these out. I'm not doing any personal readings right now. I apologize. It's just I just can't meet the commitment right now. And so I am so sorry about that. But I am going to start doing some extended readings that I'll make available. And then I'll be picking up personal readings again very soon. So bear with me. I'll let you know when I'm at that point. I am also going to be starting to put out some twin flame readings only because I have noticed with a lot of cross watchers, there's a lot of confusion that comes in if people are cross-watching and you're dealing with not a lot, but there are some cross-watchers that may be dealing with, or I have the feeling that they're dealing with some twin flame type dynamics, and that is not going to necessarily translate through the regular general readings. So I'm going to try and put a couple of those readings out as well for you, but we'll jump into this and see what we get. So please show me as we go into your season, though. I'm sure that this energy that's coming around, there's a big, huge, like, drive that's coming. We're definitely entering Aries season where things are going to be picking up the pace quite a bit. So let's see what comes through for you. All that is spirit guides and universe, please show me what messages you have for the sign of Aries for love from March 18th until April 31st, 2018. Please show me what messages you have for love for the sign of Aries, or anything that they may need to be made aware of. Please show me what messages you have for love for the sign of Aries. I've decided to start to do this shuffling on camera because these cards have been jumping so crazy lately that I really just want you to see how they've been jumping. And it may just, I mean, I have got these little decks now that are way easier for me to shuffle because my hands are relatively small. Someone told me. Okay, so yeah, C3 just popped right the freak out. So let's see what we got. The first is the Fool card. This is that first entrance into this season here. So coming into this next week, we have the Fool card. The Fool card is basically, for a lot of you, it may be wiping the slate clean. It could be that there have been situations that have built up over the past that have been weighing you down, and it's like kind of like forget it. I'm not even going to think about that. I'm wiping the slate clean and I'm moving forward. I'm going, because the next card that we have here is the Page of Rods. So that's definitely your energy after this Fool card energy. It is this kind of re-upped passion that starts off from, it's not like huge. It's starting off relatively, when I say immature, I just mean the passion itself, or this drive, this leap of faith. It has the fire behind it to move forward, but it's like starting that process. It's not necessarily completion of that process. It's starting that process. The next card that we have for you is the Hierophant. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus. This particular card, though, is talking about, I feel like with this Fool card and the Page of Rods, a lot of you are recognizing what you want or do not want long term. And it's kind of like making the decision to take the steps toward what you truly want long term. The Hierophant can represent higher institutions. It can represent marriage and commitment, but it can also represent hierarchy. It can represent, you know, the social norms or what's expected of you, or perhaps what you expect of yourself. Now, with this Fool card here, it's kind of a recognition that, okay, there is this direction that I want to go, and it's trying to come up with a plan of action to get there, but it's the hard part is taking that leap of faith. I feel like you are doing that during this time period with this Hierophant and the Fool there. Let's see what else we come up with. Please show me what else you have for the sign of Aries for love. March 18th through April 30th, 2018. Please show me what other messages you have here for the sign of Aries for love. Please show me what messages you have here for the sign of Aries. The next card that we have is the Two of Pentacles. This is all about finding balance between something and something. You'll see here that this deck, it looks like he is carrying these two pentacles here with this it looks like a bunch of water waves, honestly, behind him. So there is something that's being juggled. It could be some of you are juggling work and relationships. Some of you may be juggling more than one person that you are interested in, perhaps. And there is this kind of feeling of like, okay, I need to find this balance. Since it comes after this Hierophant, though, I feel like for some of you, that you may be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio. You may be dealing with a Taurus. You could also be dealing with another fire sign or another earth sign. I mean, it could be any sign, but I feel like there may be a decision that has to be made between somebody from the past, perhaps, and somebody from the future, or somebody from present. Here with this Fool card, it is kind of that energy of being willing to wipe the past clean. So some of you may be recognizing that there is somebody from your past or in the past that you would like to move toward, or make, maybe they are your long-term, and you're recognizing that, but it's almost like there's been this balancing going on between you and this person, or you and maybe somebody else, where you're kind of having a struggle about whether or not you have the willingness, I guess. Right underneath the Fool card, though, we have the Chariot. So this is bringing together opposing forces for a common goal. It's a movement forward. It's a journey forward. Some of you may literally be traveling somewhere. But it's directly under this Fool card, which is taking this leap of faith. So I feel like there is this determination that is being made. A decision is being made and action is being taken. Now, the Chariot it is a victory card, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it comes easy. This is not an easy process. Whatever this is that y'all are going to be dealing with here, it's not going to be necessarily an easy process. The Chariot driver has to bring together opposing forces to move toward a common goal. He's not uniting something that's already been united. So it could be that there needs to be this wiping the slate clean in order to make this happy. For those who aren't dealing, there may not be a third party, or it may not be juggling two people. Then it is kind of this come to Jesus almost discussion, or this energy that comes through that says, okay, I have been completely out of balance as far as these two things come, whether it be work and this individual, or whether it be school and this individual, whatever it is that they're trying to balance. There's this recognition that they have been out of balance, and they need to be able to bring things back together so that the two of you are headed in this same direction. Since it's directly under that Fool card, it does require an amount of faith. It's not an immediate thing. There will be an amount of faith to take that leap forward. There will be an amount of faith required for it, because it's not necessarily like it already shows me, like I already know this is going to turn out great, so let's do it. No, it's that leap of faith. I'm not positive, but I think. Please show me what other messages you have for Aries for love. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3. So right after the Chariot, we have the Justice card. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra. It's directly under this Page of Rods. You may be getting some kind of communication from somebody that it could be that you find out the truth about something, or there could be some kind of information that comes into you, perhaps from a fire sign, another fire sign. It could be that there's some sort of information that comes into you, though, that you were not aware of, and that sparks something. This Justice card talks about seeing the truth of a situation and putting things back into balance, reaping what you sow. If there's been mistreatment, or there has been perhaps mistreatment on your part or the other person's part, that it's going to be staring you in the face, basically. The next card that we have for you here is the King of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with, like I said, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It could be that this message or this truth that you find out about comes in for you that really does balance things out. Perhaps you felt like there was imbalance between you and this person even too. Perhaps you had felt that imbalance, and it may have created a situation where some of you felt like you wanted a commitment more than somebody else did, and perhaps they were juggling you, or not paying, like you needed to bring yourself into balance perhaps. And this truth that is revealed sparks action toward this long-term commitment. This King of Pentacles is directly underneath this Hierophant, which is telling me that there is a an energy of something that you may even just have this epiphany that you realize this is the person. This is my person. I feel like I've said that in almost every reading. But this Justice card does come through as she looks right through you and you look right back at her. Like, she knows the truth. You can't just lie to her and she'll accept it. She's going to hear both sides and determine what is fair, what is just, what is correct. Well, here, if you internalize that and look at that from, maybe your own perspective, it could be that you have this epiphany that you realize, yes, this is what I want. Maybe I was a little wishy-washy, or I wasn't sure, or I felt like it would be too difficult. It required too much faith, but it is what I want. And it's with it underneath this Hierophant, it's telling me that there is movement toward what I want, what I ultimately want, my ultimate happiness. And then the next card that you have directly under this Two of Pentacles is the Seven of Rods. So I feel like it is a matter of standing up for what you know in your heart will truly serve you and your purpose. It's not necessary. Some of you may be perhaps out of this relationship with this person that you know that you are supposed to be with. It could be that some of you are in a situation like that and you're standing up for it, or you're standing up for what you really truly need to be happy. The Seven of Rods, it could even be that there are outside forces around you that are telling you that this is not the right thing, since it comes after this King of Pentacles. And so I feel like it could be too that there may be some people around you or in your immediate circle who may be questioning whether or not you should stand up for this, or perhaps you're questioning whether or not they think you should stand up for it. It could be that you're just concerned about what they think about the situation. But the Seven of Rods directly under this Two of Pentacles means that somebody is definitely standing their ground or taking their time to figure it out what they really truly want. I do feel like you recognize this decision. It's a decision that may be like, I know that I ultimately want this, but maybe I need to find the balance first to be able to make that happen. It's movement and progression in the correct direction. But again, it is this recognition. It's very wise too. A recognition that you need to stand up for what serves you and balance what serves you against the energies that are coming towards you, I feel like. Let's go ahead and I'm going to clarify with my other deck and see what else comes through, because it's kind of confusing to me. Please show me what the clarification is for these cards for Aries. Please clarify these messages for Aries so that I can be more clear for them and what to expect here. So let's see. First, let's clarify. Actually, we'll just clarify all of them. Why not? Why not? Okay, so please show me what this Fool card is about for Aries. Please show me the meaning of this Fool card for Aries. What messages are we trying to communicate with Aries on the Fool card? Spirit guides and all that is, please show me what this Fool card is for Aries during this time period. What is this Fool card energy about? Please clarify this Fool card energy. Yeah. On top of the Fool, we have the High Priestess. You, again, may be dealing with a Pisces. Again, you may be dealing with a Virgo. Here on top of this Fool card, that is a lot of water energy, so you definitely could be dealing with a water sign. But it's a knowledge somewhere in there, you already know. If you're in a relationship with somebody else, but you're thinking of this other person, you already know that the other person is your person. Now, if you're not in a relationship with somebody else, it could just be that you already know that you need to extend, perhaps, or you need to have a little more faith in this relationship, because you already know. The High Priestess is one who, she is very much in tune with her intuition. She's very, very much in this spiritual realm. I mean, there's nothing about this card is earthly. It's very, very spiritual. It also, though, does talk about things that are perhaps hidden or unseen. So there could be literally information, again, that comes to you from somebody that reveals the truth about a situation, and that helps you make this determination about where you need to go. But I also feel like for a lot of you, you already know where you need to go. You may not be there right this minute, but you already know. Please clarify this Page of Rods here for Aries, for love, from March 18th through April 30th, 2018. What is this Page of Rods about here for Aries? Please clarify this Page of Rods. Wow, that jumped right out there. So, clarifying the Page of Rods, we have the Four of Cups. You'll see here that in this Four of Cups, there's literally this hand coming down from heaven to this dude, handing him this golden cup, and he's not even reaching out to take it. He's just really disinterested in that. There's 3 other cups over here. He's sitting and contemplating. It could be that there is an offer coming in to somebody that's not necessarily the offer that they want. Like what's available in front of them is not really what they want. Or they're debating whether they want it. But with this High Priestess here, it tells me that they know. They already know that's not what they want. And perhaps there's communication that comes through, maybe even with this Justice card underneath that, perhaps that communication comes through to the other person where somebody lets them know, you know, you might not be as into this person as you should be or whatever. It could be that kind of a feeling too. Let's see. Please clarify this Hierophant for Aries for love for March 18th through April 30th. 2018. What is this Hierophant card about? Please clarify the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant does represent you as well. So it's not just Taurus. That could be you. He is kind of in charge. So that definitely could be that Aries energy. All right, let's see what popped out. 6 of Swords. Some of you do know that you need to move away from something. Now, it may not be necessarily that you need to move away from a person. It could be, again, that there's this recognition that in order to take this leap of faith, you may need to move away from the struggles of the past. You may need to wipe the slate clean. That is kind of what this is the feeling that I'm getting. And it could be that this contemplation has to do with whether or not I'm going to wipe the slate clean, like whether or not I'm even able to do that. That could be what that is about. But for some of you, there is this recognition that, okay, this is not where I need to be, and I need to find my way out of this so I can move towards the long-term partner that I'm actually wanting to be with. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. For a lot of you, there is a lot of that energy as well. Please clarify this 2 of Pentacles here for Aries for love from March 18th through April 30th, 2018. What is this 2 of Pentacles about? Okay, yeah. So on top of the 2 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe, for some of you, there is a recognition that this relationship or the state of this relationship is not necessarily where you need to be right now, and you may decide to be single. I have to say that because the 9 of Pentacles does come out as a single card, as somebody who chooses to be single, like this is what I want, and they're okay being single. It could be that too. And since it's on top of this 2 of Pentacles, I do get the feeling for some of you, there is this kind of like, well, since I can't choose, maybe I need to be by myself for a little while to clarify what decision I need to make or what is best for me. Or others of you, maybe it could, and again, this energy could be you or the other person. It can be vice versa, but it could also be this kind of like this juggling has gotten way too heavy, way too hard, and feeling like if I continue to juggle, I'm never going to reach my long-term goals, so I need to be alone, so I'm not juggling anymore. Maybe that's what you need to balance that out. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you need to be alone. This may just be a successful business venture and starting a successful venture for yourself that does bring financial success, and it's moving away from the struggles of the fool who's this brand new nobody, you know, just starting out on things and feeling like you're finally getting your the handle on things or being able to juggle and even out the relationship with the finances or with the business itself too. That could be what it is too. Moving away from this energy of being maybe all stuck in your head or really dealing with some difficult emotions by yourself, moving away from that toward this, you know, pouring yourself into work or trying to balance out work and personal relationships. That definitely could be what it's talking about too. But for some of you, it is a straight up walk out of the relationship for a little while. Please clarify this Chariot card here for Aries. What is this Chariot card about? Yeah, on top of the Chariot and directly under the Fool, we have the Tower. I feel like for a lot of you, this is indicating the fear of walking away from something, or the fear of moving more toward trusting yourself to balance things out by yourself maybe. that fear is that will bring the Tower. Like when you start to move forward with this Chariot and get that oomph behind you, the Tower could be the fear behind that. Like this High Priestess on top of this Fool is kind of that extra warning, like this might end badly. This might end badly. So it's really, really cautioning you to make sure that you are being just and fair in your interactions. You're not being sneaky or being, not playing with people either, because I feel like that's where this Tower comes in. Is if that is the case where things are not handled correctly by your moral code or whatever, then it crumbles. Please clarify this Justice card. It could also be for a lot of you too that whatever news is coming in on this Justice can throw you off kilter for sure. When the Tower comes in though, it comes in because it's necessary. It has to happen. It's not anything that you can change or affect. It has to happen. So there could be that some of you are living in this perhaps little energy, not little, I don't mean that by any means, but some of you could be in your own energy, in your own zone for a while, and maybe you were just doing what you're just doing you. And it could be that the partner, you weren't necessarily recognizing that this partner had been drifting, and then the Tower comes. So it could be for some of you that it's kind of a wake-up call to say, hey, they need some more balance from you. They need to feel like you are partners with them, or they may walk. That may happen. And so it could be, too, to recognize that there may be, for your partner, a need for more balance in this relationship. And that could be what's communicated that creates this Tower, too. That's very possible. Please clarify this Justice. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the Moon on top of the Justice card. The Moon represents confusion. It can represent deception. It also represents your intuition, just like this High Priestess card. You may be very, very in tune with this information already. It could be something that you've already known about. But for some of you too, there are deceptions and secrets that come out. That is this Tower moment, like things that you weren't expecting perhaps. And it may lead to this feeling of contemplation about what you want emotionally, whether or not to stay or go too for some of you, or that could be vice versa. But then following that, we have this King of Pentacles. So let's see what that's about. Please clarify this King of Pentacles. Again, for a lot of you though too, it could be that you're the one that creates the Tower moment for the other person. It could be that you're the one that decides to be moving on, and perhaps it was a matter of things had been very clouded for you. Maybe you hadn't seen things clearly or felt like you really weren't yourself, but your intuition's been kicking your ass a little bit, and this Justice comes out and you have to face the truth of it. The truth of it is perhaps you have to walk away from this individual, and that may be a Tower moment for them. It could be completely out of the blue for them too. Please clarify this King of Pentacles here for love for Aries from March 18th through April 30th, 2018. What is this King of Pentacles about? Woo! Yeah, right on top of this King of Pentacles, we have the Sun. Some of you, and that's directly after the Moon. So after the Moon comes the Sun. For some of you, there is this recognition that you need to change paths. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It could be that you need to move back toward this Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, whoever it was. Or it definitely could be this idea that there's been too much deception. There's been this Tower and this, this hidden information or hidden knowledge that's coming to the forefront. And for some reason, it frees you or relieves you. It could be that now you are free to, or perhaps you were beating yourself up over the situation of the relationship, and then this, whatever is revealed comes out and you're completely freed from it. Like, you don't have to beat yourself up over it. You don't have to even be worried about it. You can just do you and be happy. It's on this King of Pentacles. So the money's good. The long-term success is good. And this energy of the Sun is good. Some of you may have a Leo coming in, or somebody with Leo in their chart. It could be that it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you're going after, perhaps, with this Chariot and Justice card. Maybe once something is revealed, you may decide that you need to go after this person because they are your happiness, perhaps. But whatever that dynamic is there, the Sun is following right after the Moon. So it's like you're in this darkness and then the light is shown on everything, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense at that point. Please clarify the Seven of Rods here for love for Aries from March 18th through April 30th, 2018. What is the Seven of Rods about here? Please clarify the Seven of Rods here for Aries for love from March 18th till April 30th, 2018. What is the Seven of Rods about here? Please clarify the Seven of Rods here. Give me a card on the Seven of Rods to clarify for Aries. Please show me what this Seven of Rods is about here. The Knight of Cups. And it's on top of that Seven of Rods, which is standing up for something. So it could be, this can go a couple of ways. It could be that there is a determination by you or the other person that you need to walk away. And that may be a relief that allows for you to stand up for the relationship that you truly want to be in, and you go toward that person. That's one scenario. The other scenario could be that perhaps you've been mistreated, or there's been imbalance between you and this other individual, and you decide to move away or distance yourself, or to have a conversation about how you are going to be single then, if that's the way it is. And that's a Tower moment for this person. Now, there may be some confusion going on during that time. Maybe they're really introspective about it, but they get it. Like, this justice comes through and it sheds light on the darkness that they've been in and brings the sun, which is when they say, okay, now I see what you're talking about. It could be this epiphany that comes through. Is like, now I get it. I see that you're serious now, and I'm going to be this stable force that you need me to be, and I'm going to stand up for this relationship, and they'll come after you. So it can go either way there. So I do see those messages. It'd be interesting to see how it plays out. Let me know what's going on. And I've got this new Oracle deck too that I want to pull a couple cards from to see if it gives us any additional messages on this, because there is so much energy flying around right now that it helps to get every little bit you can. And plus, these are really pretty, so I just like them because they're pretty. Okay. So this Oracle deck is called Oracle of Visions. It's by Cairo Marchetti. Please show me what messages you have for love for the sign of Aries from March 18th, 2018 until April 30th, 2018. Please give me some guidance and advice for the sign of Aries for love. Okay, so the first card we have is card number 41. Now, these don't have particular names to them like the other tarots do, so I'll have to pull the book out and read what that says. But you can see she's got these really cool little dolls, those little Russian dolls where you pull them out and they're small. They get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then this mirror, it's a vanity that's sitting there. There's a little mask there. The mask has been taken off. Notice that. Please show me. Woo, there we go, right here. And this is a ballerina on a high wire, and then another ballerina with a hula hoop laying down over there. So let's see what that's about. We'll get these two cards here and see what Spirit has to say to y'all. Oh, let me grab my book just a sec. Sorry about that. I get up to get my book and then I knock everything down. So sorry if the positioning changed. All right, let's look at card number 41 and see what that says. Identity, self-analysis, knowing oneself. One's own self is well hidden from one's own self. Of all mines of treasure, one's own is the last to be dug up. That's a quote by Frederick Nietzsche. I can't pronounce his name, sorry. This card presents an image of self-examination. The answer to who we are can have multiple answers, and those answers may change with time and circumstances. We wear our various masks to falsely reflect or truthfully portray the myriad of versions of what we are or can be. In this scene, we see a reflection of our many selves. Like the Russian dolls below, we are personas within personas, any of which can be the prominent or visible facsimile we choose to outwardly project at any given moment. By deliberate choice or emotional reaction, we reach out and choose from one of many masks. In this scene, a plain and flamboyant choice is made. But the truth is there are so many others. The danger is that on some occasions we are not in control. Outside influences can provoke emotional states. Is it then at our vulnerable moments that the masks choose us? So I feel like what it's indicating there is that there may be, again, this dynamic of imbalance, that somebody is affecting you emotionally in a way that makes you act contrary to yourself, contrary to your truth, perhaps. And that recognition may happen for a lot of you that, hey, this is contrary to me, and I don't want to do that. You don't want somebody to force you to wear a mask. You don't want them in control of what mask you're wearing. So I feel like that's what it's saying. The next card has ambition, goals, and inspiration. If you want to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up. That's cool. That's J.M. Power's quote. Way to go, J.M. Power. This card is about setting a target, a goal, something to strive for, a purpose. Motivated by need or ambition, we now have something to aim for, success in our chosen field. A young performer lays on the floor in an almost fetal position, possibly exhausted or at the point of giving up. Despite the constant effort and repetition she has put into her endeavor so far, she is once again questioning herself. Can she ever be good enough? Will she ever make it? Despair, doubt, and frustration cloud her progress. Possibly her efforts are hampered further by other limitations, physical or mental, or possibly outside factors. Other commitments or distractions compete for her time. It's easy enough to dream and establish goals. The question is now whether that is a dream realistically achievable or a distracting oasis that will simply torment us but never be reached. So I do, again, feel like that has a lot to do with, there could be this epiphany that many people are having during this time, that this situation or whatever the dynamic is in the situation is not in alignment with their actual long-term goals, and may even in fact detract from them, may even in fact cause a hindrance to confidence that is damaging for you. I think that the message that I'm getting here for you, Aries, is definitely a feeling of this is about being true to you, regardless of the feelings of those around you. Now, it's not saying to not have compassion for the feelings of those around you, but it's about being true to you first and foremost, and what your long-term vision for your life is. If it doesn't fit, it needs to be adjusted, and perhaps there needs to be distance made between those things until it can fit. So let me know what's going on with you. I appreciate so much being able to do your readings, and I will speak with you soon.